Alright lads, let's do it. Let's make YouTube history. Okay. So, 3, 2, 1. Well, hello.
How's it going, everyone?
Hello. We are returning to Toodaloo for our lovely podcast that we're doing.
Another podcast.
That we still need to actually rip the audio and make into actual podcast.
Yeah, we do the podcast every week, so we do this every week.
YouTube podcast, Ucasts.
Ucast, that's actually
So, Toodaloo, do you want to tell the good folks and people of the YouTubes what our deal is today? What's happening?
Well, today we've got a special guest appearance, isn't that right?
Special guest appearance from none other than Millennia-Hunter, who, funnily enough, what you can see upon the screen right now on mine and Toodaloo's is one of his marvellous creations. He's quite the Willy Wonka of dreams, isn't he? Because
he's like, yeah, he certainly knows what he's doing. It's quite magical.
It is. It's very magical. For those of you who might have forgotten, Millennia-Hunter, we've done videos on him. I personally discovered him by I was dream surfing and I was looking for unique stuff because I've always had a big taste for the wacky. But Mrs. Bangle Loves Bread, which I thought initially was a one-off. I just thought it was just some random hilarious thing. But it turns out that this guy has created an entire Mrs. Bangle universe.
But it's quite, you obviously suggested this Millennia-Hunter to me. You said, go check out his stuff, so I made a video on it and gave my first impressions, my reactions. I'm thoroughly impressed.
Did you try the Google Eyes Nightmare one? Did you ever go
I actually didn't play that one, but I played the Fairlight Carnival and that was great.
Yeah, oh god, mate, I think I forgot to mention that one. Yeah, sorry. But if you get the chance, that one is where the googly eyes first appear. So, but anyway, without further ado, shall we get Mrs. I always said Mrs. Bangle, but that's a completely different character. That's a different lady. I don't think we'd be that lucky. Shall we get Millennia-Hunter?
We shall indeed.
Oh, alright, let's do it. Millennia-Hunter? I mean, I don't have curtains. Millennia-Hunter!
Hi everyone, Toodaloo and Apocolex did some videos on my creation, Google Eyes Nightmare and Fairlight Carnival, which I really appreciate because it's I appreciate people giving my creation some recognition, and
it's fantastic, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And I'm very glad I decided to play that because it was quite an experience.
I have to ask, actually, Millennia. By the way, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on here. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on and chat with us because it's really great. I have to ask, on Mrs. Bangle Loves Bread, where did you get that fantastic score? It's like, is that something you made?
Oh, it was actually I was just searching the Dreamverse asset library, and I think the track was called it was from Little Big Planet. It was called it was a shop track from Little Big Planet, I think it was.
Oh, I remember Little Big Planet. Is that the one that was narrated by Stephen Fry?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right on, man.
So, yeah, that's where I got that.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, because they've got a sort of public domain asset thing on Dreams that users can use to without copyright strike things. Is it safe to?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they let you upload assets to share with other people. So I've even uploaded a few of my own assets for other people to use as well.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really cool. Because Toodaloo, you've had a go at Dreams, haven't you? What do you think of it?
Like what part of Dreams?
Just the whole thing, like a nutshell.
Well, Dreams to me, I think there's many possibilities. You just have to know what you're doing, which is unfortunately something that I don't know how to do it, but it's one of those things I've always wanted to do. It's one of those things I find very clever.
Oh, shall we jump into Fairlight Carnival as well, just while we're as background, and then we can also ask good Millennia-Hunter here. Seeing as we're taking up his precious time, where he could be making his next creation on Dreams, and we shouldn't waste this golden opportunity.
I appreciate it being on. Yeah.
Oh, I can see Millennia. I can see a big leaf falling.
Oh yeah, that's.
Is this the new intro?
Yeah, the new story intro.
This is all new to me too. So like,
I've never seen this. I mean, I've seen the game, but I've never seen the new intro. How did you go about making this? How did you do this?
I just sort of put some countryside as a background, then I got a leaf asset and sort of had it spinning with the camera attached. So I thought that would make quite a good intro, like an aerial view of the countryside with some music.
Oh, we have Japanese buses.
Oh yeah, that was a borrowed asset, but I couldn't get rid of the writing on it, so that just ended up staying.
Oh, this is fantastic. So on Dreams, you can make a pre-video and then do the gameplay. You can merge a video. Some on Dreams are just watch-only videos. So
yeah, some are just audio-visual, and some are games that people create, and some are both.
That's fantastic.
That's better. I've turned the volume down in the game so I can hear people's voices more than anything else. Yeah, this is a very
So this bit is completely unplayable. Is it just the intro? This where you're on the bus?
Yeah, this is basically just a intro cutscene. Then it will get into gameplay after that. Yeah.
Oh.
So I have to ask, Millennia, where did you get the idea for Fairlight Carnival from? Like, I know the description said it was about dreams you've had.
Yeah, most of it is a lot of it are from different carnival dreams I had. I actually had one the other day where it seems to be a recurring dream for me that I'm at this strange carnival place, and I'm back at school and I'm looking for my school group where I'm meant to be with, but I just can't find them. So I'm searching these weird carnivals looking for them so I don't get left there, so like I can get the bus back home. But in the dream I can never find them, so I'm just wandering around this carnival just looking for them. That's one inspiration I got for it. And yeah, another one is I actually used to go on school trips every year. They took us for a school treat. They took us to Chessington World of Adventure every summer, and it's also based off memories from that as well.
Chessington World of Adventure.
Interesting. Well, that's a nice little backstory, because I wondered why the bus was flying away. So like, that's a good little backstory as to why the bus is.
Oh yeah, the bus flying away, that was just I just thought what would be really random and really weird to put in the level, so I just decided, what if the bus just takes off when you're not looking? I thought that'd be funny.
I think they're amazing because, you know, the dreams, particularly nightmares, can be very problematic for people. Like, I, for one, my dear friend who I live with, QC, I won't name him in the mill, he has terrible nightmares and he sometimes calls out in the night and stuff like that, and I think, God, that must be so frightful. But the fact that you have been able to turn your fears, it's very Batman of you actually, you're able to turn your fears into a creation and use it, it's just, I think it's great.
Yeah, it's worked out quite well. The carnival ones weren't nightmares, they were just like exploration dreams. But
yeah.
I've had a few bad dreams which I've made in dreams. Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a certain term I think psychologists use, which is exposure, which is a sort of a form of facing your fears by using them, by constantly putting yourself, like if you're afraid of heights, putting yourself in situations where you are constantly you're constantly out of it. Apparently exposure can help with, so I know it's kind of different, but in a way you've sort of used that to hopefully you don't start, hopefully they don't become too nice, otherwise you might lose your inspiration. Of course
yeah.
I just find it very unique and very clever how you turn these horrific dreams into entertaining games.
Very clever, very clever.
I got
we got?
yeah, just a quick question for you, Toodaloo and Apocolex. Have you created anything in dreams yet, or no?
I've never actually created anything published. I mean, all my creations always go wrong, but like I've always wanted to be able to do it, if that makes sense.
I'm actually currently attempting to build the pub, one of the pubs that I work at. I work at 3 different bars, and this one pub which is called the Hope and Anchor. It's a sort of music venue pub. It is, I'm trying to make it. At the moment I've made sort of the bar, which is sort of okay, and I've got the stairs, I've got the structure of it okay, but I was having such a tiz-was with the flooring, like trying to sort out the floor. I mean, I'm really having a nightmare with it, but I haven't been on it for a while, to be honest. But I was trying to recreate my work.
Oh, that sounds quite good. I've actually created my whole childhood house in Dreams.
Really?
Yeah. There's a thing you can do in Dreams where you can collaborate on a project. If you ever need help creating stuff, you can send me a collaboration invite, and I could fix whatever you're having trouble with or help you with it.
Oh, what? That's a thing? Wait, say that again. So you can send a collaboration invite.
You can send a collaboration invite to other creators in Dreams, and then they can help you do stuff that you're struggling with yourself. And
that's really
I had no idea about that.
No, we learned something new.
The more you know. Wow.
The more you know.
Amazing. I didn't know you do that.
It's funny. I remember playing Minecraft once and building this castle, and my friend Max helped me out. He really helped out. It's kind of like that. Your friends can help you build things.
Yeah, I mean, because I absolutely suck at it. But one of my major questions about Dreams is like, how do you do internal, like interior designs and stuff like that, like houses and things?
Yeah. Oh no, I lie. I did make one other thing actually. I made my living room downstairs. I did, and it was actually.
Check that out.
Did I upload that on the channel? I didn't. I tell you what, I've still got the video on WhatsApp, so I'll definitely have to send that to you guys somehow because I showed my friend downstairs. He's got statues. We've got statues in the house downstairs, so I added those. I was able to find statues to add as well.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's very basic. It's not. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Millennia, can you tell us a story about this little guy on top of the bus? Was he part of the dream, or this clown?
Oh, that clown on the bus. I got inspiration from that. I don't know if you ever played it. Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
I did play Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Ben Margera and Phil Margera. Yes.
Yeah.
God.
I don't know if you remember, there was this level when you were in, I think it's Saint Denis of Red Dead 2. I think it's called New Orleans in real life. You're in that place, and it's the place where the zombies come out. And there's this jester stuck on this moving vehicle, and you have to help him get off. So that's why I got the idea of that.
Wow. Well, I've never played the game, so I wouldn't know what that. I don't really understand the reference, but like, that's really clever.
Yeah, I was first shown that at school. My dear friend Gabriella, who I miss terribly, lots of love, Gabriella. She showed me that game and Tony Hawk's Underground 2, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was able to, because she likes skating, I was able to skate better than I could in real life. Because it was fantastic. It was a fantastic game. They're making a new one, aren't they? Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It's like a remake of an old game, isn't it?
Pro Skater 1 and 2. I've never actually played them once, so I'll have to check that out when the remake comes out.
Yeah, I think they're coming out soon. I've seen some gameplay and it looks incredible. Like the graphics look great. It looks amazing. Yeah, really good.
And yeah, how old was you when you first played Underground 2? I think I was like 6 or 7. I remember when I first played it.
I would have been a bit older, so that was around 2007 and 8. I would have been about 16, 17. So just sort of doing GCSEs.
Actually, 2007 and 8, I would have been 2007 and 8. I would have been about 9 or 10. But I think Underground 2. I think Underground 2 came out a bit earlier than that. I'm sure it came out like 2005. Underground 2.
I think it came out earlier. I remember playing it a little late, around 2007 and 8, and I was playing it at school and at her house, and I thought it was fantastic. It was so much fun. You could go to all these places in the world, skating and.
Oh yeah, I remember I first played it at my cousin's when I think I must have been like 7 or something, and I remember playing as Shrek on a skateboard. It was like a secret unlock.
You could play as Shrek. Yes, I remember that.
And you could even play as like a chopped off hand. I remember, and I remember really liking it and seeing the zombie level. And yeah, that's when I first played it anyway.
By the way, I pressed something I've never pressed before on your game, and I helped the clown. I couldn't hear him, but he's now standing off the bus. Is that a good thing? Did we do a good thing there?
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. That's just that's a little quest I tried to do, just like help the clown off the bus, and you've done that, yeah.
By the way, there's a little balloon which looks ever so slightly like Mickey Mouse. Were you slightly inspired by Disneyland Paris? Was that a slight nod to Disneyland Paris, or was that just random?
That's just, I'm not sure, but that was an asset. I just searched balloons, and then I found that, and I thought that looked cool, so it could be from Disney. I
to put their fingers in some sort of pie.
Yeah.
I saw this. I've seen this little statue here on this in the Tweenies Funland area, because I am now. Is this like a nod to Rex from Toy Story?
Whereabouts is that?
Near all the the beanbags and the cushions and stuff like that in the Tweenies Funland.
I see. Yeah.
There's a little green.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
Like.
It's not a nod. It's not a nod to Toy Story, but it sure looks like it could be.
It does look like Rex. That's all. It reminded me of Rex from Toy Story. You know
Oh yeah, it could even be that, because I just what I did, that was someone else's asset I used in the Tweenies Funland, so it could be a nod to Toy Story. I'm not sure.
I can't believe that you're fully inside Toodaloo. I've been chin wagging and delaying. I've only just walked into the Funland. I got so excited by talking.
I've just been running around and talking at the same time. I've been listening to you guys talk about the Tony Hawk thing.
Oh, brilliant. So, Mustard's Millennia, tell us a bit about yourself. So, how long have you been sort of doing this?
I started making levels and things in Far Cry, the old Far Cry map editors. I started doing on that.
Yeah, Far Cry map editors.
And I made stuff in Far Cry 5 Arcade when it first came out, which some of them went quite viral. Some of the levels I made, and
we'll have to check them out.
And then when Dream's official release came out, I actually first started out just creating music, because I wasn't very good at Dreams. I didn't know how to use it that well. So I started creating music, which I learned, and then I watched a few tutorials, and then I managed to get more skilled at it, starting from there, and then just getting better each time.
Oh, fantastic! What's kind of the name behind Millennia-Hunter? I quite like that. Where's the name come from? Is it just because you're a millennial, or is it something deep?
I guess I just really like the word millennia or millennium, and I guess because I was born 1997. That was sort of near the millennium, so I thought that would be a good match, and also I just like the name of it, and I've made a few movies which have a city I've made up called Millennia City, so I thought I'd use that name as a username.
It works very, very well as a production name or a company name.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it looks quite good. What about where did you get the name Toodaloo, and Apocolex? Where did you get your name?
Well, I got my name because I just said it once as an outro, and it was just that works, so I just ended up sticking to it.
Yeah, that does actually. Well, that works really well.
And interesting.
Yeah. Interestingly, my name's a bit of a weird one, because when I first made my username, I called myself A Helix Mist, and then I changed that to Mr. Helix, because Mr. Helix and the Helix Mist are both anagrams of my real name, which is Alexi Smith. I don't mind saying my real name. And so I just made them as anagrams, and it's really funny because a lot of gamers that I play with still call me Helix, and I kind of regret changing my name. The reason I did it was when I decided I wanted to take YouTube seriously, I thought I want to make a kind of punchier name, and I changed it to Apocolex, and I think it's pretty, but people still call me Helix when I go into parties and stuff, and I really miss it. So I'm now thinking of creating a character, not unlike yourself, Mr. Millennia, called Mr. Helix, M-I-S-T-A Helix, because that way I can then keep the name, and because I really miss it, and I kind of regret my decision slightly, even though I love my name that I've given myself. I do still self-identify as a Helix. It's very strange, but
we all have very interesting channel names, that's for sure. Very interesting stories behind our names and things like that.
Yeah, the Apocolex or Helix would work quite well. They both sound good. Yeah.
Oh, I love this. So right at the start of your Fairlight Carnival, and you've got the big hands waving at you to come in. Can you go in the one on the left, the one with the tooth, or is that blocked?
You can't go in it yet, but I was thinking of adding this other area to that part.
Because I love the whole Doctor Who thing you got going on. When you go in, it's really cool. Sort of
Oh, you mean the? Do you mean the ambient music?
No. When you walk in and it's all spirally and pink.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then you drink that strange juice and it makes you go all, it makes your vision go all funny.
Oh yeah, I thought I'd add it so it's like a hallucinogenic drink, so you start seeing things if you drink it.
Oh, and that's where this whole park comes into play.
Yeah.
Oh, how long have you been gaming then? How long has this been a?
I think quite a long time, as long as I can remember. Really, I remember I played GTA 3 back on the PS2 when that was out, and I played some PS1 games on the PS2. I think that's when I first started gaming.
So back in the PS2 days.
Yeah, back in the PS2 days.
That's so cool. But then, like, what then inspired you to take to YouTube? How did you decide, you know what, I'm going to make some cool videos and stick them on? Like, what?
I think loads of things. Like, I first found out about YouTube, I think it was sort of near the time it came out, and I was just watching videos, and I thought I saw a few skits and stuff, and I thought it'd be funny, like it'd be fun if I did some of my own ones. I started out doing some other weird skits. I have this really old channel which you haven't seen, which I've got skits I did when I was like a kid, when I was like 11 or 12. That's when I first started out, and then after that I thought I would continue and do a new channel, and yeah, that's when I made the newer ones you see today.
Yeah. Oh, nice. What was is your old channel still live? Is it still active?
It's still there. Yeah, my old channel's I think my old channel's called Nern97.
Oh, was the summer of '97. So that was when you were born?
Yeah, 97. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Child of the '90s, like myself. Brilliant. Oh, amazing.
And I'm guessing you Toodaloo, was you born was it 2000 or just after 2000?
2006 actually.
Wow, yeah, that's so cool. So we're all quite spread out in terms of the ages.
Well, you know, I'm quite a young gamer, as obviously as you know, but I've been gaming for about a decade, I think it is.
Which is hilarious, because when I first met you, because you sound a lot like my friend, I kind of assumed. I don't know why. I know you should never really assume age, but I always thought, I was like, oh, dude, he's my age. He's smart. He's funny. I can chat easily to him. So it's very cool because I can chat to you a lot easier than some of my other friends.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
I mean, I always loved gaming. It's just one of those things. It's just so good. Games are just like a passion point for me. If that makes sense.
Absolutely, and for all of us, and hopefully when we're all really old, dreary men, we will still be sort of helping each other out. We're like, well, yes, to remember when we used to play dreams.
Yeah, I was born 1975.
Oh God, I mean, this is amazing, this ride. So how long did it take you to grasp dreams, to sort of get your hand on it and work it out?
I think it took just probably about half a year, maybe. But until I got really like good with it.
Wow.
Took a lot of trial and error, and when I got good at it was just after I made when I just started getting my grasp of it was just after Google Eyes level I made.
So lots of dedication and lots of the drive to get it done, you know.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sure
really wanted to do.
Anyone could get good at it if they kept at it. And I watched a lot of tutorials provided by Media Molecule as well.
The thing is with the tutorials, I always lose patience very, very fast. I'm not a very patient person. So,
oh yeah, that can happen. I did a lot at the start.
Lost patience.
Yeah.
I just went on the ride twice. Oh well, we can do it again.
What ride are you on right now? Because I can't.
The very first one, I was stumbling. I stood in the red button twice. So actually, that's interesting, that first one, because it goes backwards. There is actually a ride. It's either at Chessington or Thorpe Park called X No Way Out. It's in a dark sort of thing, and you go backwards. So it's quite interesting that you've chosen to go backwards.
Oh, I don't actually remember that.
I think it's still there. I mean, this was back in 08 or 09.
Is it called the Thunderbolt?
No, it's called. Oh yeah, Millennia is called Thunderbolt. I love how it goes suddenly very grey and static and chippy, just at like. Oh god, and then it goes forward. And you've also got what's that weird, scary child who kind of runs about.
Oh, that's meant to be the player. That's meant to be the player character because the Fairlight Carnival story is sort of based as like from memories when I was a kid. So that's meant to be the player character, and because the ride goes back in time, that's when he first gets on the ride. So he's just gone back in time a few minutes.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
That's really cool.
I got that idea from, if you're wondering where I got the time travel stuff idea from, I have a lot of recurring dreams which involve time travel like that.
Oh, that's so funny actually, because funny enough, like I know time travel isn't a thing, but actually, madly enough, the closest we will ever get to time travel, in my opinion, is through dreams. Like literally, I've had dreams where I've been standing, in a room that I remember vividly from like school or from somewhere that I've been, and you're talking to someone who is. Maybe you haven't spoken to them for years. I know it's all in your head, but it's so cool. It's like the closest thing we'll ever get to time travel is dreams. I know that sounds a bit wanky, but
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I do love dreams.
I've had so much. Oh, go on, Toodaloo. Sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say my dreams are. I don't really dream often. Like most of my dreams, I always like forget them. But when I do have dreams, they're very strange, like involving time travel stuff like that. So I agree with Apocolex.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I told Apocolex there is a way if you want to get better at remembering your dreams. If you write down the ones you can remember, it improves and do that every day. It improves dream recall, so it makes it easier next time for you to remember them. That's what it's worked for me.
The study of dreams for you hungry YouTubers thirsty for knowledge. It's called, I think, urinology.
I didn't know that.
The study of dreams. Really cool. Like it must be a great thing to study actually, because. Dreams are, they are amazing. They're one of the wonders of the world, dreams. Asleep but awake. Yeah.
Science can't explain dreams.
I've never really had nightmares, and one of the worrying things is scary dreams I've had haven't scared me yet. Maybe I haven't had a really traumatic experience yet. Well, I think I have, but luckily I've never seemed to have had an actual dream that's shot me up, and I've gone, fuck, and that must be really scary. As I say, my friend, suffers terrible night terrors. He actually calls out. I have to call him off his phone if it gets really bad, if I hear him, just to wake him up. Bless him. You see?
Oh, that sucks.
I've had some things where they've scared me for the whole day, and I haven't been able to sleep again for much night,
Have you?
Well, yeah. You see, he likes it.
Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, have you had any memorable dreams before?
He likes to use it to go and have fun and play games on the computer.
I think there was one where I got my finger chopped off.
Huh.
That's it. I don't know. I know that's a bit.
Bloody hell! What the fuck?
It's a bit violent. I don't know where my brain went with that, right? But I saw everybody's faces when I said that. But it scared me for the rest of the day. And I thought I had no finger left.
Oh, that sucks. I've had more violent ones than that.
God, I love dreams. I had one. I remember one particular dream where I was back at this drum school I used to be in, and it was really nice being back there. And I was talking to the head guy, and it was really weird. I've had some where I've gone back to school and I've been in sort of like the dining area with my friends again, and it's really weird. Those days are long gone, and it's kind of. And one other particular one that stands out when I, made peace with a girl that I worked with who, we fell out, and it was, I don't really fall out with people, but like, my friends know this, but we did, and it is weird. Like some of them really stand out, like kind of in big ways, and then other ones I can't sort of, I can't kind of remember them. It's very strange.
And
dreams are. Yeah, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just saying that, and that seemed quite realistic. The one when you was back at your school.
Yeah. Oh God, it was so bizarre. It was the dining area. I was holding a tray. I can remember that, and it looked vivid. Like I could create it in dreams if I had the sort of know-how. And it was so strange because school was I left school in 2009 or 10, whenever it was.
Oh, that was before me.
Yeah, and it was vivid. It was vivid, and and those, yeah, it felt like time travel. But then once you wake up, it's kind of nonsense. It's gone, and yeah. Oh, by the way, I passed the area where the guy's head spinning. What was with that dude? What the hell? The head spinning guy.
Oh, yeah, that was actually from a dream I had where it was a weird theme park dream I had, and I was walking down these steps, and it's an Asian lady, and I bump into her, and she says, "Can you listen to my song? No one else will listen to it." And she was really upset, so I say yes, and then she plays this weird song on the flute, and then I clap in the dream and say, "Well done, that was really good," and then she was like really pleased with me, like for listening to her song.
Wow.
Was you gonna sorry, go on.
Does her head spin around in the dream too, like it does in this one?
It doesn't actually in the dream. That was just a weird glitch which happened unintentionally. But I thought I'd leave it in there because it was quite weird.
Awesome.
Mrs. Bangle. We must talk about Mrs. Bangle because she's a dear woman, and there's a lot to chat about there. Mrs. Bangle, where does she come from? What was your inspiration for Mrs. Bangle?
Inspiration for Mrs. Bangle was actually a dream I actually had, which I could tell you, which was it's quite a weird dream. Did you want to hear it now?
Yes, I do. Just quickly, for you YouTubers thinking what's going on, Mrs. Bangle is a original character that Millennia-Hunter has created. So do check out Mrs. Bangle on YouTube. Yes, it's a special character. And she's fantastic. Tell us how you met her. Tell us how it began.
How I met her was in a dream. In the dream, I was at my Auntie Penny's house, but her house wasn't her house. It was all weird. It was like all big and like out of proportion and sort of like dreamlike and just weird. And then I see this woman wearing this red mask with and I could just see the eyes just peering out and the teeth peering out. That's all I could see, and a very weird woman, and she was claiming to be my auntie. She was claiming to be my Auntie Penny, but of course she sounded nothing like her, and it was just this weird being in a red sort of Velcro mask. And she's like, "Oh, do you want to come over and have a cup of tea?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I go into the bathroom, and then to like wash up and wash my hands, and then I go out, and then she's sitting there with cups of teas and is like, "Come and join me," and I'm having a conversation with her, and I'm like, is she really my auntie, or why is my auntie dressing up like this, pretending to be this weird thing, or was it just something pretending to be my auntie? So that was where I got the first dream from Mrs. Bangle from. Yeah.
She's fantastic. I mean, she's very sort of. It's funny. When I first saw her, one of the things I really loved. Well, actually, not on dreams. On dreams, I didn't think this, but when I actually watched all the videos, I got a very David Firth sort of vibe. It was fantastic. It was a sort of a character who we're kind of supposed to think is, or some might assume is there to scare you, but actually isn't. Actually turns out to be quite a sort of almost Shakespearean tragic character. She's actually quite a sad character. The poor woman. She's she has all these shenanigans, like when she falls into the pool, or when she goes to that trailer, and she's speaking to that guy, and guy's telling her to go away, and so she's actually quite a sad character. She's quite misunderstood, I think.
Yeah, quite misunderstood. Like at first glance, anyone would be scared of her because of a mask she wears, but in reality, if she didn't wear the mask, she'd be actually 10 times more scarier.
Because she burned her face, didn't she? That was the story, wasn't it? She
had she was born with a bad deformity in the first place. Like, she was born with deformities, so she was picked on at school a lot because of it, and she had to hide her face at school as well. And then later on in life, her and her parents were in a steamrolling accident in an English village, which deformed her face a little bit more. Then later on, she was in a car accident, which made it even worse. And then at that point, she couldn't go out in public with the way she looked, so she decided to make her own mask. She was good at knitting. She decided to knit her own mask, and then she got the eyes and the teeth and stuck them on. And then that her mask sort of became a part of her and how she is.
Wow.
Because she's actually very friendly. She's actually a very friendly character. Once you get to know her, you could go to hers for a cup of tea. She'd hello. I can't do her voice, but no one can do Mrs. Bangle until But I mean, it would be an honour if she could possibly at some point join us, maybe at some point in all this, would be lovely.
Yeah, I can get her to do that. I'm sure. I think she's here at the moment actually. Like, because we've been working on we've been working on a video together. So she is staying with me at the moment. So I can go and get her, but she can't stay too long, but because she's busy. But I'll go and get her.
Please, yeah. If you could do that, that would be amazing. Oh my god, Toodaloo, Mrs. Bangle's going to join us.
We're going to bring Mrs. Bangle.
Mrs. Bangle! I was wondering if you could come on this podcast. Yeah, for YouTube. They'll like it. They're big fans. I'm gonna get going. Mrs. Bangle will take over, right? She's just she's a bit clumsy, so she's not good at technology, but she'll get a hang of it. Yeah.
Oh god! Oh, give her the mic.
Here goes his mic. Oh, hello.
Is that Mrs. Bangle?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Bangle. Thank you for coming on our podcast.
Oh, that's okay, darling. Oh, hello, Toodaloo. And Millennia tells me that you're called Toodaloo and you're called Apocolex, and you do really good videos. And
yes, we do. Well, I mean, I hope we do. Toodaloo.
I hope so. I mean, you know, I hope people think we do good videos.
Oh, yes, they're very good videos. Oh, yeah, it's very good videos. Millennia showed me a few of them, darling, and very entertaining, darling.
Mrs. Bangle, you're amazing. I found you on Dreams when I was dream surfing. You were looking for bread. I know how much you love bread. So
bread!
Bread!
Oh,
I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, darling, I can't get enough of the stuff, darling, but the thing is that I have a bit of an allergic reaction, darling, where it bloats me out and makes me all swollen up like a bee stick, darling, so I have to be careful not to have too much of it, but I just can't get enough of it, darling. But it's my favourite food, yes, darling.
Oh, Mrs. Bangle, you're amazing. And you're red, which is my favourite colour.
Oh, yes, my favourite colour too, darling. Oh,
Mrs. Bangles, why do you like bread so much?
I don't know, darling. It's just like the lovely, fluffy texture of it, darling, and the taste of it, and I've always liked it since I was a little baby, darling.
So, what's your opinion on toast? Toast. What do you think of toast? Is that sacrilege or is it good?
Oh, Mrs. Bangle loves toast as well, darling.
Oh, brilliant.
I call them toasties.
Toasties. You did. I remember from Dreams now. Yeah, toasties. Oh, I remember now. Yes.
Oh, yes, darling.
Sorry, Mrs. Q. Sorry.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry, darling. I just dropped the mic, but I've picked it back up again.
Oh, that's okay, Mrs. Bangle. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, if you need to head off, we understand. I'm sure you've got lots to do. But Mrs. Bangle, thank you.
Oh, and if there's any questions you want to ask me, darling, feel free to go ahead and ask your questions, darling. I don't mind.
Mrs. Bangle, how on earth did you dry out after you fell into that pool? You know, when in the video you fell into the swimming pool. How on earth were you able to get all your stuff dry?
Oh, well, I left my favourite jacket out in the sun, darling, and I had to dry my face out with a hairdryer, darling, and hang my mask on the washing line. But yeah, after it didn't take too long to dry myself off, darling.
Oh, goodness.
Nothing's worse than having wet clothes, is it, Mrs. Bangle?
Oh, yes. It's terrible, darling.
Oh, Mrs. Bangle, you're amazing. I mean, I'm really hoping that we can get Mrs. Bangle beanies or Mrs. Bangle earrings or something at some point.
Merchandise. That'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be really great, darling. I'm sure Frank would love it. Frank's my dog, in case you don't know, darling.
Oh, you have a dog. There was this one video of you in the pouring rain, bless you, with your dog, and oh god, it must have been freezing. Do you not feel the cold much, Mrs. Bangle?
Oh yeah, it was a windy, blustery, terrible windy day, but I was quite sheltered from the cold, darling, because of my mask, and I've got a thick coat on as well, and yes, it was very windy that day, and I was feeding the ducks, darling, with Frank, and Frank loved it, darling.
Wow.
Frank's a lovely dog. Absolute lovely dog.
Oh yeah, did you see the birthday video I did for him, darling?
I think I did. Oh, did I see the birthday video? Is it new?
It's a year old, darling, but I made Frank a lovely birthday surprise with sausages, biscuits, and he really liked it, darling.
Oh, I'll check that out later, Mrs. Bangle.
I saw your the most recent one I saw was the your 4th of July. It looked like you had a great 4th of July.
Oh yes, it's very hectic indeed, darling. It was fun but hectic. I was hanging out with my friends that helped me do the videos, darling, and they got really drunk and was saying all sorts of bad languages I have never heard in all my years.
I know. It's funny because Mrs. Bangle's quite child friendly, and I remember I heard swearing. Not that I mind because I'm terrible myself. But however, I thought, oh God, Mrs. Bangle, this is, oh God. Does Mrs. Bangle approve of foul language? Not really.
Oh, not at all, darling. Mrs. Bangle does not like it, darling. But I tolerated it, darling, because they got quite drunk, because 4th of July and Saturday and everything.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun as well, darling.
Amazing.
Oh, Mrs. Bangle, I mean, it's such an honour to have you on here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome, darling. Any time you like, darling. I better go get going because I need to sort out my new costume and stuff for my new video, darling. But yes,
of course.
Be sure to come round and have a cup of tea with your favourite Auntie Bangle, darling.
Definitely. Thank you, Mrs. Bangle. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
I'm just going to get the mic back to Millennia, darling.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you so much. Bye,
Oh,
Mrs. Bangle.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Millennia, darling. the mic, darling. Oh!
Toodaloo,
Here
we got
it
the
is.
actual Mrs. Bangle.
We did.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Bangle. You go.
Honoured.
Yeah, but thanks, Mrs. Bangle. Bye.
Wow, we actually got a visit from Mrs. Bangle, the one and only. That is insane.
Everyone's favourite Auntie Bangle, yeah.
That is fantastic. Oh man, she's such a gentle soul. I don't think she should be misunderstood. People need to know how sweet she is.
Behind the very scary mask, she is a lovely lady.
Yeah, very lovely lady. Yeah, and she appreciates being on the podcast and everything.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, no, thanks for getting her on. Really, honestly appreciate that. Thank you so much. So much.
Was there any questions you wanted to ask which I've missed or any you're getting to?
I have
actually,
one for you.
go on, Toodaloo.
What advice do you have for people starting a YouTube? For people who, because you've got quite a high subscriber count, right? You're quite successful. I mean, what's your advice to give to people who are just starting out?
If I was thinking of some advice, I'd think of just not give up and just even though it might take a while to get some subscribers and stuff, you just keep trying and doing what you love and just have fun and I think that's the advice I could think of.
I respect that a lot.
That's amazing. Yeah. I'm doing that actually.
Yeah, the story actually how I started just gaining some subscribers was I was at 7 subscribers and I was someone made a joke in a YouTube video, some big YouTuber said please go and subscribe, I only have 7 subscribers, and I wrote in the comments I actually do have 7 subscribers, and people saw and they said no you don't, and they started subscribing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then I had
yourself.
yeah, then I had a video which went viral, which I didn't expect to go viral. It was GTA 5 Michael prologue story, which that went viral, and then that's where I got most of my subscribers.
I saw that actually. That was really well done. Was that done on director mode?
Yeah, Rockstar Editor in GTA 5.
Oh, amazing!
Wow.
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
Question for you, Toodaloo. What got you started on YouTube, and when did you start?
I started all the way back in 2015. It was. So I was only 8 or 9 or something. But I started getting into. I was always into gaming, and I always thought entertaining people is something I want to do. So I started a YouTube channel.
Oh, that's good.
It's changed over the years. The names have changed all the time.
Yeah, Toodaloo Gaming is. I mean, it's a fantastic name. It rolls off the tongue really well. Toodaloo Gaming.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And what about you, Apocolex? What got you started, and when did you start?
Well, it's funny, I've always loved gaming, big time, always. And back when I was a child, before life removed all the when I was a kid, I used to watch people on YouTube streaming video games. And it looked like they had such fun doing it, and it always seemed so impossible. I thought, wow, you have to have crazy cameras and all this technology and loads of money, none of which I had. And so I kind of I loved laughing and watching them, and then I just thought, oh, it'd be fun to do it myself. And then I did it, but I didn't think anyone would watch or take it seriously, so I didn't really think anything of it. But then as time's gone by, I've realised how much I love doing it so much. It's like my biggest thing. I really like making them, and so yeah, and since then it's just skyrocketed, and I've just been trying really hard. I'm still editing them even now. I do need better technology and whatnot, but I love doing it. It's something I love.
The funny thing is about your channel, Apocolex, is I went back to your old to your first ever video, and it wasn't that long ago, really, was it? It was about 2 years ago or something.
Well, no. Interestingly enough, it's funny you mention that, because I really have a huge regret. I made an earlier video than that, which was what's that game with the camcorder?
Is it Outlast?
Outlast. Yeah. I made an Outlast video, which was really bad. I can't remember whether it was that year or the year before. And when I was editing things, I deleted it, and I wish I'd kept it, because I think that was my first thing. It was Outlast. And I deleted that. But Resident Evil wasn't far off, and that was when I first started, because Resident Evil 7 was a fantastic fucking game. Sorry, that was brilliant.
Was that Biohazard?
Yeah, Biohazard. What a game, man! Have you played that?
I've played the first few levels, but I still need to play more. But yeah, it's been quite good so far.
They're making a Resident Evil 8 out of it too.
Yes, they're making not the woods. What's it called? The cabin.
The village, I think.
The village.
The cabin.
The cabin. I'm very excited, and if they can make that, one of the cool things about they made the whole thing VR, virtual reality, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, that'd be good, yeah. How long have you had?
They made the 7 a VR. I'm not sure whether the village will be. I hope so.
How long have you been having had a VR headset for?
Oh.
Toodaloo, you first.
Good. I think I got my VR headset it was for my birthday. I've had it for a good 2 years, I'd say now. If off the top of my head, I'd say about 2 years or so.
Oh, I didn't realise it's been up that long. Yeah.
It's been out a while. You can get them for cheap. Like I got my first one. I went splits with my girlfriend at the time, and so it was way cheaper. And unfortunately, she got motion sickness, so she kind of had some trouble with it, really, with some of the games. But me, I don't get motion sickness, so I literally smash it out as much as I can. I absolutely love VR, and I've been looking into Emotion, which is a VR company. I've seen their stuff, but they haven't got any jobs going at the moment. I really, I think virtual reality is the future, and it is fantastic.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good dream job. That would be like working with them.
Oh, I love it.
And
do you have any questions about VR, Millennia?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I've got a few. With the motion controls and that, how does it work? Like, do you just? I'm guessing you move your hands and it tracks it. And but how do you pick stuff up in VR?
Well, the sticks have the motion controllers. The move motion controllers. They have a button called the T button, which is like a trigger at the back of the controller.
Oh, okay.
You press that and it clutches your hand so you can pick things up.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
yeah, it's really cool. It works like a sort of, if you're holding a gun, it clicks like an actual gun. If you're holding if you're using hands, it clenches your fist. If you're picking up a sandwich or something, it's very clever.
Oh, I see.
Very clever.
And I've never actually played VR, but I've always wanted one, so I think I'll save up for one.
Definitely do, and actually you can get some pretty good deals on them. PSVR is the cheaper, but obviously if you happen to be a billionaire by any chance, I'd go for Oculus or HTC Vive, which are fantastic. Like my boss has an HTC Vive, so I had a go on it. Honestly, it looks flawless. It's fantastic. But PSVR is still quality, but it's a lot cheaper as well. It's a lot cheaper option.
I was thinking, I was thinking of games that would be good in VR. Imagine a Matrix game in VR. That would be really awesome.
Half-Life Neo, what a game! Yeah, that would be. Yeah, there needs to. I'm surprised, mate. Oh, sorry, go on,
sorry, I'm saying you should. If you're looking for a Matrix-style game in VR, I recommend playing Super Hot VR. If anyone's played that.
Super Hot.
Oh, I've seen the trailer for that. Yeah, I didn't know that was in VR.
Yes, it's in VR. I've wanted to make a video on that for ages, actually. I might. That's my to-do list, my Toodaloo list.
Yeah.
You can
cut bullets and you can dodge bullets.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
brilliant. Like when you make. Oh, by the way, this elephant. Sorry, is he part of the dream? I have to ask.
Oh, are you talking about the one that's in Fairlight Carnival?
Oh,
With the purple head. Sorry, with the purple head and the yellow and the. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that
it looks like Dumbo that's been in a car accident.
that was in my.
That's what I said in my video.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That's actually from that elephant was in the original Google Eyes nightmare I had, the Google Eyes dream.
Yes, he was right at the beginning, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in my actual dream I had from that, so that's where I got the idea of that.
Well, what's the meaning of these like people stood here shooting lasers at these pink elephants?
Oh,
that
the googly eyes.
Yeah, that was actually a recent dream I had. I don't know what was going on, but it was my Google Eyes dream characters, which keep recurring. They were there, but they had different heads. One of them was floating, like with a drawn-on face, and one of them was a giant eye shooting pink lasers at pink elephants coming through a portal, like coming out the mist.
Brilliant.
And I don't know what was going on, but I thought I'd add that to my level.
When you walk into them, they go, ah! It's terrifying. That makes a screeching noise when you walk into the maze.
And also, this ride, the what is it? I can't remember what it's called now.
The spinny one.
The Nightmare in Green. What's this one all about?
Oh, that's a Google Eyes themed ride. That's their nickname, the Nightmare in Green. I've gave them.
By the way, the Tweenies fun thing is new, isn't it? That's the new one you were talking about, wasn't it?
That's one of the new ones. Yeah, that's modelled off the Tweenies nursery from the actual kids show.
I never actually watched it. I mean, I used to love the Tweenies. I don't know why I said never actually watched it. I used to be one of the shows I watched the most when I was a kid, you know.
It's funny, I used to stay, so from school when my mum finished work late when I was living in Brighton, I used to stay with this really nice old lady who recently passed, God bless her. But she used to look after me for a little bit, she was our neighbour. And we always, when I come back from school, the Tweenies would be the first thing we watched, and then we watched Neighbours. It was always the Tweenies and Neighbours. So I always think of her whenever I see Tweenies things.
But now it's
brilliant.
scared me. Now the Tweenies, especially because of your adaptation, I'm now scared of the Tweenies.
Did you by any chance find the new area with this huge giant spinning ball ride and Ferris wheels attached?
Yeah. I did, but I didn't actually play it because it was making lots of noise and I wanted to hear what you guys were talking about. So
oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I couldn't get that. Still trying to get the music volume low.
I love how you put Dreams on in it in the background. You know, the logo of Dreams, which is great. You know, you gave Dreams a proper shout out.
Oh, are you talking about the big spinning one?
The big spinny one.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Actually,
I'm gonna try and get on it. Oh god, yeah, it makes lots of noise. So great.
Did you want to hear about?
Vibrates. The controller vibrates.
Did you want to hear about the Google Eyes characters, which keep appearing in my dreams? Like,
Yes, the green Google Eyes. Tell us.
They're a recurring dream character. I don't know if you've ever had recurring dreams, but this is a dream characters which have been appearing in my dreams since 2011, and they always show up in weird places. Like they seem to like being a part of street parades and carnivals and stuff like that. So like in some dreams I'd be walking down this cobblestone street and be like all stormy and rainy, and I'd see these clowns walking in like a parade, and then the Google Eyes would be with them, and then I'd usually see them there, and then they're also at the theme parks I dream about, just hanging around, like, entertaining people, and they started out in the first Google Eyes dream I had, and then they just they still appear in dreams to this day. So recurring character.
They look like a Doctor Who villain or something. You know, they look.
Yeah, they are just like a Doctor Who villain.
Yeah, they're kind of something. You know, have a nice day. You know, and kill you or something. They're great.
I mean, this orb ride is very fascinating, I must admit.
Oh yeah, that's I got inspiration from a YouTube video for that one.
Yeah, well, it's like the others, but like this one's like way taller, and it's like the music is terrifying.
What would you sort of say, like, because this is all amazing what you've made, like what would you say to kind of avoid when you're being a content creator? Is there anything that you would avoid, or you would advise people who are watching, you know, to avoid?
I'm trying to think. Can't think of anything right now, but I will let you know if I think of something.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. I just can't think right now.
Okay,
Yeah, because it must be quite tough. Yo, go on, Toodaloo.
No, it's okay. I was going to say it's pretty difficult to think of things right at the top of your mind, you know, especially when you.
I love Fairlight Carnival. And Mrs. Bangle loves bread. I mean, it's really great. It's great how you've utilised streams and you've taken the time to really work it all out,
actually,
and still learning constantly as you go.
I do have a question about Mrs. Bangle's Loves Bread, actually. Is there an ending to that game? Because last time I played it, I collected all the bread and then nothing happened. Like.
Oh, not at the moment. I actually, I sort of made that. I wasn't even expecting that to get views like that level. So like, I just made that just as a one-off, and I still need to do an ending for that if I when I think of one. But yeah, as for now, I've just left it how it is. But I could do an ending for it.
I've just come to a bit that I didn't notice before. You got like an Arc de Triomphe thing. You got like a bridge and a steam train.
Oh yeah, that's what leads to the new area. I don't know if you've been there yet, but that leads.
I've been there. I just rode on it actually. I just went to the Orb actually.
Oh, that's good. I don't know if Apocolex has been there yet, but if you cross that bridge and go through the mist, you'll find my new big theme park area. And at the end of the big theme park area, there's a weird fake train, and there's a building that leads to a weird train station.
Oh, I'll have to have a little look. Let me see.
That train goes very fast.
Just trying to think. Is there any questions that I've missed or
What about what's your favorite video game?
My
video game that you played? Yeah, your favorite video game.
I have to say my favorite video game of all time is Skyrim.
Skyrim, that's a good choice actually. Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim. Not a lim, not a lim, not a la 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 la, not a la, not a la, not a la la la. Oh god, yeah, it's great.
It's just such a good score, such a good you know. Do you like Bethesda games then? Because like Fallout and things like that. Like.
Oh yeah, I like.
It just works.
Yeah, I like Fallout and now Elder Scrolls. I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan. I used to like Bethesda more, but since 76 I don't like them as much.
It just works, Millennia, okay? It just
That's a good
works.
impression.
Is that right? Oh my god, poor Todd Howard. He got absolutely slated and destroyed over that. That was terrible.
I actually had a dream about Fallout 76. It was quite a weird dream.
Fix the glitches?
No, this don't know if you want to hear it. It's just a short one, but I hope I'm not taking too much of your time.
No, go on.
So yeah, I had a dream about Fallout 76, where I played an even worse version than the one that's already available, and this other version was called Fallout 70 Shits. And that's what it was called. And what was different about this version was that the whole game just took place in a sewer, and there was and there was copies of Fallout 76 just like sticking out of feces all in the sewer, and you had to pick them up and collect them. And yeah, it was called Fallout 70 Shits.
That is fantastic.
That's genius.
Oh my god, by the way, on the Orb ride, is that Papa Americano, pep, pep, pep? It sounds like...
I think it is, actually.
Americano.
Can you get hit by the train when it comes, honey?
It is! Oh my god, I love that song. Papa Americano.
Oh, you can get hit by the train, but it won't kill you because it's just a dream.
I must say, by the way, we're having so much fun. I didn't even notice this. We are coming up to an hour, and all our recordings will stop. So we should probably wrap it up. We're on 58. So there's so many more things I'd love to talk about, but I don't think we're going to have time. At least not on this video. But yeah, we should wrap up. Really. I can't believe it's been an hour. Millennia, thank you so much for taking the time to comment on the channel and both of our channels and having a chat with us.
Yeah, no problem. It's been really fun. Yeah, I just hope I haven't missed any questions or anything.
No, well, I mean, to be honest, I think we had a few more, but we don't really have the time. We've been enjoying this so much, we haven't really, but it's going to cut out. So, but honestly, thank you so much. Do check out Millennia-Hunter on YouTube and Toodaloo Gaming. They are